Welcome back, my friends. Kris Krohn with Limitless TV, and today we're talking about how to find a mentor. And what better way to do that than actually to bring an actual mentor onto the show? So hands down, one of the questions that I hear the most often on our channel is, how do I find a mentor? That's a word that we certainly use a lot around here. And what better way to actually do that today than to bring on a powerhouse, life-changing mentor, Stephen Michael Miller.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
So today we're going to talk about what a mentor is. We're going to talk about how you find them. And we just got to start with this conversation about what a mentor is, because there's a lot of confusion out there. Oh, a mentor is like a parent or a friend or someone in my church or someone that supports me or a professor or a teacher. Stephen, are those necessarily mentors?
I want to jump in right here because this is perfect. Most people think that their parents are going to be their financial mentor, and we're talking about financial independence here. When you're talking about financial independence and how to grow that, just look for a moment to the examples that you may want to call mentors: your parents, your clergy, your friends, your professor, your teacher. All these individuals are great people to help support and grow you in certain aspects of life. But just for a moment, think, how have they actually taught you to be financially free? Look, I went to school, I got my degree, I got my great education, and it didn't teach me how to become financially free or financially successful by any means. So when I'm looking for a mentor, I'm going to somebody who has achieved that in their lives, that financial freedom.
And Stephen, I want to build on that idea, because what's going on here is we live in a world where people don't even know what they don't know. People actually don't know that they should be looking for mentors because society says read books, get a high school degree, maybe a college degree. But the reality is that entire system is designed to help you compete with other kids to get a baseline education and understanding of writing and some math and a little bit of science and some history, so that essentially you can get a job and be a cog in the greater system of life. But the reality is, if you want to go beyond what society is offering, then you need someone that can take you there, and college is not going to give you that. There is a higher education, and that education happens through a mentor. So Stephen, today I want to talk about a couple of the really important things, first of all, in defining what a mentor is. And I think the first thing really comes down to results.
Absolutely.
It's not someone with book knowledge or someone that necessarily has a degree. That may help, but if someone has done something extraordinary, if they become financially independent, or if they have gotten a mentor that's helped make them a lot of money in real estate, here's the question: what really qualifies someone to be a mentor, if not a piece of paper or a degree? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it comes down to the actions that they're taking. What has their life actually proven? What are the results? This is what you're talking about. And you know, I've been all around the country. Actually, I've flown all over the place to speak to groups of all types and shapes and sizes. And the biggest thing that they come to me for is to learn about financial freedom. And you know, it's interesting because when I ask them, what did your parents teach you? What did your professors teach you? What are you learning? Most people have gone to school, they've done the right things, they've gone along this journey, but they're coming up short when it comes to results because all they got is a whole bunch of learning, some book knowledge, but they haven't had that experience. They haven't had that ability to implement that into real life. And so they come to me, they come to you, Kris, to look for that real life experience, to find out what can I do, what are the action steps that I can take to actually see these results. And I think that's what you want in a mentor. You want someone that brings that action, that result to the table.
So there's two things that a good mentor has, and you need to remember or write down these things. Create a notepad right now on this. There are two things that you need to look for in a mentor. Number one is results. Have they been where you want to go? Absolutely. Because by the way, if they haven't been where you want to go, are they going to be the right mentor? They're not. And number two, they should have a map. In other words, some people know how to get there for them, but they don't know how to teach anyone else how to get there. So they should be able to articulate and have track record and experience on this is how you get there. Use Stephen as an example here. Stephen and I have built a company where we have helped 3,500 people in every state in America transact real estate. And that track record now has amounted to nearly $1 billion in results. So I want to ask you, if you wanted to invest out of state in the juiciest, hottest markets, what would you be looking for? One, someone who's done it, and two, someone that knows how to get you there as well.
Kris, I got to jump in here. I love this conversation of having a map, having a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you've heard it, right? The old adage, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Well, it's absolutely true. And one of the things that Kris and I do extremely well is we take somebody and we give them a cohesive and coherent plan. They know it. Once they get that plan in their hands, they see step by step what they can do to accomplish exactly where they're trying to go. And the only reason that we're able to get that to them is because we've taken so many people down this exact same path.
And we call it a game plan. Next, we're going to talk about where you go to find a mentor, but you can already click up here on the card in the corner up here, and it's going to share with you exactly what you can do if you wanted to access a team that was ready, built, and made with the experience to dive in and get a game plan. Because without a game plan, there is no way to get where you want to go. Did you just lose against yourself?
Pretty much.
All right, so right now we got Steven playing this game by himself, and it's pretty apparent he's not really good at foosball. So let's put the ball away. Focus. No, you. Now, who won or lost that game?
I don't know. I think it's a tie.
So we're talking about where do you go to find a mentor, and this is actually kind of crazy silliness, but if you wanted to become like an international foosball expert, you could just put your hand at playing this game with other people and just hoping that with time and experience you'll get better. But let's say you had a short period of time to get to the top. Let's say that you wanted to get there as quickly as possible, you wanted to be the most successful you could, then you'd probably want to learn from someone that had some really good foosball expertise that could actually show you how to play the game better instead of just creaming you, beating you, etc.
Can I say, first of all, you're in the right place and you're already doing some of the right things. We're talking about how to find a mentor, and I'm guessing what most of you did right now is you typed in on YouTube, how do I make money, or how do I become financially free, or how do I be extremely successful in real estate? Whatever you typed in, you landed here, right? And this is where you are. So you're taking some of those steps first, but I want to help you understand, if you really want a mentor, the biggest thing that you need to know is what you actually want.
We're so good at knowing what we don't want. In fact, you might even be saying, oh, I want to be successful in real estate like you guys. I would suggest that you're still not really totally clear on what it is you want. I think you got to back up and get really clear on, what does that mean? When do you want to start doing deals? How much money do you want to make? What does it look like for you to succeed? Because if you don't know, you're going to dip your toe in the water, you're going to play games of watching more videos, and you're not actually going to get out there and start making it happen, which this is what we're all about. We're hoping the education on this channel is take action and get out there and make it happen, because we've been able to create a great life for ourselves supported by real estate. Our ventures are supported by real estate because we know what we want. The question is, what do you want?
Absolutely. Once you determine what you want, then you need to find the people who embody exactly what you want.
Where do you find those people, Steven?
Well, a lot of different things. You can go golfing. I mean, we're talking about the successful, right? Someone who's successful, what do the successful do? The successful go on vacations. That's one thing. And I'm not telling you to go spend all your money and go frivolously go on vacation, but do something. Get outside of your area. Maybe go golfing. Maybe go out to dinner every once in a while and start to network with people. Go to networking events. Just simple networking events, start your own meetup or go to someone who has started a meetup. That person may be a mentor for you as well.
You become the average of the top 5 people you hang out with. And what Steven here is saying is go be with the successful. For example, if you know that you wanted to become better at golfing, let's use that example, then go where the golfers are, find a way to know who the good golfers are, and then find a way to enter into an arrangement where they can help teach you and work with you on how to become a better golfer. Likewise, if you want to be successful in real estate, you got to be where the successful real estate investors are. And I think it comes down to, number 1, knowing what you want. Number 2, going to where those people are. Number 3, figure out how to create an arrangement on how to mentor with them and what that looks like. Those are the 3 steps that I've been able to use in my life. Steven's been able to use in just about everything, whether it's health and fitness, or whether you're trying to make gains in your marriage or with certain relationships, or you're working on a degree. You got to know what you want. You got to be where the successful people are, and then you got to commit to being in some type of arrangement with them where they get to benefit and where you get to benefit, and that trade leaves everybody better off.
Chris, I had someone actually reach out to me just last week, and he reached out to me and said, hey, I see that you've had a lot of success in real estate, and I'd love to mentor with you. This is a college kid, right? Reaching out to me. It was actually through LinkedIn. And I got back to him real quick and said, well, what do you want? What are you looking for? Because I wanted to make sure before going into any kind of arrangement that this is going to be something that's going to be good for him, but also good for me, where I can actually help him the highest and best that I can. And so, again, be clear on what you want and then just ask. That's one thing that I loved about this kid is he just asked, hey, will you mentor me? And we're going to figure out what that's going to look like. We haven't actually settled on anything yet. But the fact that he asked, actually, I have a lot of respect for him because he got outside that comfort zone. He went to where he thought he could find the successful individual where he could get some mentorship from, and he asked.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you want your life to change, then you got to have the right people in your life. And so when you find the right mentor that you want, then find a way to play big and get into an arrangement. To end this video, this is just a little bit of a bonus that I want to toss in, which is you get what you pay for. So there are some people that are looking to pay the least amount because they don't really want to make a serious commitment, or maybe it's because they don't have a lot of money. But just understand that when you pay a little, you get a little, and often when you pay enough, you get a lot. And so it's important to understand your options, know what you want. Once I understood this principle, Stephen, I started going out there and finding mentors wherever I could. Yeah. And I wasn't looking for the cheapest mentor or someone that was just a little ahead of the game. Go find someone that has played the consummate role in their life of having the level of success that you're looking for, and then learn from this person. And sometimes your mentors, sometimes they have really inexpensive programs. Stephen and I, we got ways of working with people that cost very little money. And then we have other options that require way bigger commitment. And you got to find out what's right for you, but play as big as what you want to get. And if you'll do that, it's really going to help you maximize your mentoring experience.
Yeah, what Kris is talking about here is stretching. If you've ever been to the gym, if you want to grow a certain muscle, you've got to stretch it. You've actually got to work it so hard that at some point it gets to a failure point.
And here's one final tip. When you find your mentor, be coachable, be teachable, and follow through on every assignment. Remember, they've been where you want to be. They know what it's going to take, and they're sometimes going to ask you to do things that you don't want to do. Every system has the part that you're most likely to fail at because you're most likely not to do it. And so ultimately, you need to develop that action taker attitude that says, all right, they've asked me to do some things that are totally within my comfort zone, but they're going to ask me to do some things that are outside of my comfort zone. They're in my stretch zone. And stretching, just like at the gym, is working a muscle until you fail at it, because that's when it grows, when it's properly nurtured.
Yeah, you're going to grow, you're going to stretch, you're going to see some failure, but those failures are going to be catapulting you to success.
Thank you for watching today's video. Find us on Facebook. You're going to find mentors there. You're going to find new ways of playing. We're posting all sorts of deals there. It's really the hub where all the action is taking place. It's one of the best places to interact. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll look forward to getting more videos coming your way just like this.